figure number 2 in this twin bill of Quick Hits number 1, Robots in Disguise 2015 Fracture. I'm getting this character solely off of 2 things. The name, because I like Fracture as a Transformer name, and I like the general character of Fracture, even though this iteration of him has no relation to the GoBot Fembot character, who was female, and I just like how this figure looks. I was initially hesitant to get him because I'm not really in on the whole RID 2015 aesthetic or toy line, and to be frankly honest, I haven't seen more than the first 3 episodes of Season 1. I do plan on catching up at some point, especially since the show is not coming back after Season 2, whenever that starts, if it hasn't already. So I don't know that much about his characterization in the show, but this toy right here makes me want to figure out about his character in the show, and makes me happy that I gave the RID 2015 toy line another shot. Am I going to get other figures from the toy line? Probably not. But Fracture here is just a fun, fiddleable, very nicely done figure. He looks really dang cool in this mode as a not quite Earth-based motorcycle of murder, death, justice, or whatever. And he's just really cool. I like him. I don't really get how anybody could ride this because the arms here kind of get in the way of any feet that would straddle the seats. So, yeah. He's just, I don't know. In spite of that, he's just nicely done and I like him. The weapon storage is a little bit if I'm being perfectly honest. I would have preferred that there had been some integration like in here for the weapon or whatever. Plus, I don't really get the whole point of this handle in here, because you can't really hold it by that in either mode. So unless that's for some other integration, like with one of the mini-cons that I don't know about, I don't really get why they put that in there, because you can't hold it like that unless you want to have him hold it as a club, which I guess kind of works, but also not really. It's a freaking cool weapon, but I feel like that is just an added little bit of playability to it that they didn't really need to add, because it's a cool cannon as is. So why add that second handle in there to have him hold it like a club? No, just kind of bothers me, and it breaks up the overall shape of the weapon. I really like the aesthetic of Fracture here. He actually honestly kind of, to me, looks like a character from the animated toy range that we wouldn't have gotten in the show. And that's honestly probably why I like him so much, because I was a huge fan of animated. Transformation on Fracture is very simple, very intuitive, to or from either mode. So, honestly, probably not going to talk that much about it as I do it. Plus, by now you guys have probably seen several reviews of this figure. The other reason why I got him, because I realized just now that I didn't mention that, was off of the strength of Vangelis's recommendation for him in one of the most recent episodes of WTF at TFW. I think it was the episode that was technically recorded right before Christmas, and Vangelis was basically praising Fracture here as one of the best deluxes in the RID 2015 range. So I took a gamble and went in. There was one other time where I got a figure off of Vangelis's recommendation. I want to say it was Dark of the Moon Ice Pick or something. And completely did not agree with him on that. Ice Pick isn't as cool as was hyped. But Fracture here definitely is. I really like how this guy looks in this mode. Really quickly, just to get it out of the way, and by the way, if any of you all still have the RID 2015 app, go ahead and scan the insignia there if you want to. I'm not going to use it. I don't have the app. So be my guest to unlock Fracture in the game. So you can have him hold the weapon like this. It works. It's kind of an underslung cannon thing too, I guess, in addition to a club. But I don't know. something about it still just doesn't look quite right to me, even though this actually does kind of look cool when I pose him like this. Something about the design of this to have him hold it like it just kind of bugs me. I don't know. It's something that I can't really fully articulate. But you can also tab the weapon into that port right there and give him a forearm cannon, which is cool. You can do that, or you can also port it into either hand. Earlier, because this figure literally just came today with Shockwave from Hasbro Toy Shop, in either hand. So, there you go. That's the weapon interaction, and yeah, I don't know. There's just something about the aesthetic of Fracture here that I really like. He's definitely got an animated feel to him in that he's a cool-looking Simple Deluxe. And, I don't know, there's something about him. The head sculpt is really dang cool, too. I like the seriousness of it, if I'm being perfectly honest, and I don't know, just the overall aesthetic of it. Does he feel a little bit cheap? I guess. I mean, the wheels here do kind of rattle around on his legs in this mode because they don't really lock in, they don't really slide in to just stay in place on the legs, and the legs are hollow, but honestly, you kind of have to expect a certain simplicity and cheapness with the RID 2015 range, because it's not really designed for collectors, or for more young adult and adult collectors, per se. It's more designed for the younger Transformers fans that have grown out of the one-step changers and all of those. So, yeah. But that said, this 27-year-old really likes Fracture here. He's just a very cool, fun, fiddleable, pretty dang posable bot. You've got no waist posability, but you've got a head swivel, you got 360 at the shoulder, you got a joint there, you got a bicep swivel, got an elbow bend, you got wrist due to transformation, and then you got full articulation at the legs, including a very deep knee bend, again, likely due to transformation. And then ankle tilt, heyo, but again, due to transformation. So, yeah, I don't know. If you like the RID 2015 range, you're definitely going to go in on Fracture here, but I say give him a shot, even if you're not in on the range, because I wasn't, and I took a gamble, and I really like Fracture here. He's definitely really cool, and he and Shockwave are definitely going to be nice roundouts to my con collection, because I'm noticing on my main display here that I have a kind of a dearth of good, fun Decepticons to just pick up and mess with. A lot of it is stuff that I would rather keep on display or third-party stuff. So, yeah. Anyhow, that's Fracture. Definitely recommend him. He's just really nice and fun. Bring Shockwave back in here for a side comparison for the two of them. So, yeah. Pretty standard Scout to Deluxe size comparison there, if you ask me. Anyhow, hopefully you guys enjoyed quick